What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast, man. I have a special guest. I'm gonna tell you something. He might look young, but he got some gems. I'm trying to tell you, man. His mindset. I kind of studied him. I was like, man, let me see what he about. My wife sent him to me first. I was like, okay, let me see. Okay, he Houston. Okay, then it's because a lot of times it's hard to find good people, man. Absolutely. It really is. Well, welcome to the man. What, so they call you Rex, or you got another name?
Nah, I'm Rex. Rex Howard Jr.
So talk to us. So tell my audience, what is it that you do?
All right, so I'm Rex Howard Jr. I'm a relationship and sex therapist. I am a personal development coach. I'm an entrepreneur.
Come on.
And most importantly, man, I'm blessed. And the biggest goal for me is to help people show up for themselves so they can show up for other people.
So when did you first start your brand? Like how many years ago?
So honestly, the brand started as Rex Fit.
Okay.
As Rex Fit back in 2014. I did a personal training brand.
Okay.
And my pops gave me this slogan. He said, "You can be fit or you can be Rex Fit." And I was like, you know what? I like that. So I started there, and then in 2020, I made a shift to go into the counseling field. And I was like, you know what? Let's switch it over to Rex Howard Jr., the relationship and sex coach.
I like that. So this is the thing, because when I bring on guests, I just like to talk about different levels of different things. So who's your audience exactly? Like, who do you speak to?
Okay, so I speak to that generation between ages of 22 to 35.
Right? I like that.
I like that just now finishing college, trying to figure things out. You're trying to get serious with relationships, but you just don't know exactly how to get there.
Okay.
Right? You've had success, but you want to get to next level. When it comes to personal development, you know where you are, but you want to become more. Right? So that's the people that are solution focused is ready to go get it, that's adamant about it, and are ready to learn. That's my audience.
That's good. Because look, I think a lot of times I deal with, and my audience is crazy though, because I deal with 21 to 55-year-olds.
Okay.
All right. But I deal with them on their branding aspect of trying to find your brand and tapping into your purpose.
Okay.
Because I tell people a lot of times we consider money. Rats do what? Rats love cheese.
Absolutely.
We consider money as what? Cheese.
Yeah.
But if you spell rats backwards, you become a star.
I like that.
But in order for you to think different is you gotta understand that you gotta chase your purpose, not the money.
Absolutely.
Once you find your purpose, the money gonna follow you.
And that's
talk about it.
That's so important because even for me, I tell the men, you find your purpose and you can find your woman that aligns with that purpose.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
Because a lot of times what we tend to do is we date people who we are and not where we plan to go. So if we get the wrong people, there becomes this gap because who she is, she can't add value to the person that you're supposed to become.
Man, you preaching now.
So you find your purpose, you can find a woman that aligns with that purpose and help you push that purpose.
So me and my wife, we got a brand though, and our brand is called One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And we really talk about relationships, working together as a couple, and that's a whole nother audience that we tap into with couples that want to work together. Because every day we in this building every day, together, working, grinding. So it's a lot of times that I think that the mindset of the people. So how important is reading though? Let's talk about that. Like reading books, getting information. You know, let's talk about that.
Man, it's so important because all the information that you want and need to be successful is in the books.
Come on.
And they said if you wanna keep a black person down, you know what I'm saying? Keep a book away from them.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's something we don't do. Right? So I realized the more I read, the more I matured, the more I grew, the more I learned, the more competent I became, the more confident I became. Because you step into these spaces and you get around people that are saying big words and they're saying things you don't know you never heard before. And you feel low, like you feel small in those rooms.
Yes.
But the more I start reading, the more I can engage in that conversation.
That's good.
The more I have more insight, the more respect I receive. Right? And I can get in front of a camera and I can start talking. They're like, Rex, that sounds like you rehearsed that. I'm like, no, I read it. I studied it.
Yes.
Now it's here.
Yes.
So that's what I believe about.
So let me tell you, this is how I look at a GPS, okay? I want to talk about this real quick. A GPS does two things.
Okay.
It tells you that it tells you where to go, how long it's going to take you to get there, and it tells you if it have alternate routes to go.
Absolutely. All
right. Now, so many people like to go to long route places because they don't want to pay for what? The tolls.
Yeah.
The tolls. So the tolls are the what? The shorter route.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this GPS, your mentor. This is why you got to have a mentor.
Absolutely.
Because I tell people, you can go the long route, it'll take you a long time, but you can go the short route. That's the paid route.
Yep.
You have to pay. When you pay, you pay attention.
When you pay attention. I like that. Yeah.
a lot of times I tell people, if you don't have a GPS, you don't know how long it's going to take you to get there.
Absolutely.
If I give you my address and I'll tell you I live in Dallas and you don't put in GPS, how long will it take you to find my house?
Man, forever.
If you find it.
Yeah, forever.
And this how people do. They're going to drive to Dallas and say, hey, do you know where Rex stay? These people don't even have no idea who you are. That's what people happens with their purpose and their brand. Yeah. They go asking people about things they have no idea. Yeah. And so then now we start to position ourselves like, wow. So what made you become, so what's the difference between a consultant and a coach?
Right. So when you have counseling, consulting, and coaching. So let's break them down. So when it comes to counseling, counseling, I'm going to focus on your past.
I got you.
I'm going to focus on that trauma. We're going to dive into your family systems. We're going to dive into why you are the way you are. And then help you get to where you're supposed to go. Right? And I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to empower you to find your own solutions. Right?
I like that.
When it comes to coaching, and more so, I would say coaching, it's more solution focused. I'm not really interested in where you've been. I'm interested in where you currently are and where you plan on going. And I'm going to help you bridge the gap.
I love you.
Right. And then when you come to consulting, I'm walking along with you and telling you what to do while you're on the way.
So let's put this in another perspective. So the consulting part is you drive to me.
Yeah.
All right. The coaching part is I get in a car with you.
Yeah.
And I tell you where to go.
Yeah.
And then what's the last part?
Counseling.
The counseling part is you basically drive in the car.
Yeah. So the counseling is I'm on the outside looking in.
Okay.
I'm like looking at the calibrators. I'm looking at the engine.
Okay.
I'm looking at underneath the car.
Okay.
Well, this is the reason why the car isn't working like it's supposed to.
Yes.
This is why you're stuck, and this is why the car won't start.
I like that. I like that. Because I think a lot of times people don't know what they need.
Right.
They don't know what they need until you present so they can see their problem.
Absolutely.
A lot of times I tell people, when you in the frame,
it's hard to see the picture.
It's hard to see the picture.
And that's why people come to me, right?
Yes.
So it's like I tell people all the time, all I got to do is listen to you, ask you the right questions. I can know exactly where you are and where you want to go, right? And know why you're stuck. And it's all because of my ability to listen, my ability to discern.
Come on.
And then based off the questions that I ask, I'm able to pull, okay, this is where they are. This is why they're stuck. This is the relationship. Oh, they really not supposed to be in that relationship, right? They don't really love this career. That's why they can't put the energy towards it.
Come on.
Right? They don't really love their family. That's why they don't want to spend that much time with them. Right? They don't really want to be a father. That's why they don't spend time with their son.
Come on.
Right? So I'm able to see that just by asking questions and helping people get to where they want to go.
So are you focused on just men or women too?
No, I focus on men and women.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah, I have both clients.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of women that want to know how to think like a man, right? You have a lot of women that want to know, like, Rex, is it me or is it the people that I choose? And if it is me, then how can I work on myself to prepare myself for my husband, prepare myself for my partner?
So during a counseling session, how long do you think people need to work with you though? Like on the average?
It just depends.
Because some people I can go one day, I'm good.
No, absolutely not. Because if you think you can just go one day, that's just like saying I want to become a bodybuilder, but I'm only going to work twice for the year.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So it really just depends on what you're coming in for. So a lot of times, if you're coming in for general anxiety, right?
Okay.
You're worried about something in the future. I would say maybe 6 sessions, right?
Okay.
Because I'm so solution focused that it won't take us too long.
I got you.
But if you're dealing with something deeper like sexual trauma, you've been molested, you got PTSD from something, then that can range between 2 to 8 months.
Okay.
Some people may even be a 2 to 3 year client.
Ooh, that's right. It may, because you might need it, because I think a lot of times when somebody can take you out the frame and you can see the picture,
right?
I think it's easier for you to like, okay, this is what I've been dealing. Because a lot of times like when we running, like you don't really know how successful you are a lot of times until you really stop and think like, damn, look at all the work I put in.
Absolutely.
Like I looked up. I'm like, damn, we only in September, I did 100 episodes, 100 podcasts.
Grinding.
It's just, you don't look up.
Right.
But then I was like, man, everybody that sat in that chair this year, I promise you the network, and most of them going to be at our podcast gala. The network's about 200 million.
Oh, wow.
Because what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, from real estate agents to consultants to motivational speakers. I mean, just what they do.
Right.
But it allows me to sit down, talk, pick their mind, and then for them to tell me their story.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have, this is the thing I tell people, in order to get rich, all right, or to be successful in your business, you got to have a website not a social media.
100%.
People love social media, but social media can kick you off tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But if you have a website that's collecting data, all right, email, phone number, you send them over there. Now I got your information.
Absolutely.
So I'm welcoming you to my house. The problem I see with people's website is, I go to their website, they'll say, man, I'm going to my website, and it's pictures. I'm like, where's the video? Let me tell you the difference.
That's a gem.
That's a gem. Where's the video? Because listen, if you knock on my door, I answer the door, but I don't say nothing. And I walk in the house and you follow me and I sit down on the couch. You're like, bro, Lloyd, man, what's up?
Say something.
Say something. So I tell people, when I go to your website, I need to say, hey, what's up, man? Welcome to my site. I'm glad you're here. You need to speak to them.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have websites, they're not speaking.
I'm people. I'm people. And you know, and the funniest thing about all of this is for years I've been neglecting the website, right? For years. And I found myself, like I said, I started posting content back in 2020.
Okay.
You know, I probably got about 365 posts that I made, right?
Okay.
And I realized, like, okay, 2020 roll around, I'm in one position. 2021 roll around, I'm kind of in the same position. 2022 roll around, I'm still posting content, but I'm still in the same position. And I'm like, God, what you want me to do?
All right, here we go.
And he was like, okay, it's time to take the next level. It's time for you to get that website, because a lot of professionals, the people that really want the help, that really know they need the help, they don't want to hit you up in the DM.
No.
They want to be able to go to your page. They want to be able to click the link. They want to be able to read what you have to offer. They want to be able to look at the fine print. They want to be able to schedule a call and put your date on the calendar.
Come on.
And they don't want to do that via DM. And I realized that the people I've been getting are DM people.
Oh, that's good. and people need, and when I like, we help people with digital courses.
Okay.
So a lot of times people come in and be like, well, man, I don't know. I say, bro, write down 3 ways you can help people. Once you write these 3 ways you can help people, let's put titles on them.
Right.
All right. Now let's think about low tier, mid tier, high tier.
Yeah.
All right. So people say, man, how you do podcasts? I said, man, look, do you want the ebook, you want the course, or you want the mentorship?
Absolutely.
So which one you want?
Absolutely.
They say, well, I mean, the ebook is $47, the course is $297.
Yeah.
And the mentorship $2,500.
Yeah.
Which one you want? Which one you want?
You gotta pay to play.
You know what I'm saying? But I learned that people would buy the ebook and say, yeah, I need more.
Absolutely.
I say, well, buy the course.
Level up.
You know what I'm saying? Level up. So they buy the course. It's like, well, how can I work with you?
Right.
See, once you know your audience and you're speaking to them, they're going to tell you what they want.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of dealing with people on a daily basis. People going to be like, hey, man, I want this. Da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important. So there's a word game I like to start off with. I say a word.
Okay.
I say 2 words, and you tell me, do you need both to be successful or you don't?
Okay.
First one is cockiness and confidence.
So do you need both? No. Is it okay to have both? Sometimes. Because
okay.
There's a term that said, the phrase that was, don't get too cocky in your sin.
Got you.
Right.
Got
so
you.
if you're cocky doing the wrong things, that's not going to be good for you.
I got you.
But if you're confident in everything that you do, then you'll succeed. So I don't think you do need both, but at the same time, it's like it may be beneficial to have both if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing the right
so
way.
So it's Kobe, LeBron, are they cocky?
Right.
Deion Sanders? I mean.
Like I said, you're doing the right thing and you become an executor.
Okay, I got you.
Then you can have both, because you know when somebody sits right beside you, you know you're going to execute. When somebody sits across from me, I know I'm going to execute. So having both.
All right, I want to make sure, because a lot of times we love athletes, but they got some kind of swag about them that's like, whoa, but because they got a little cockiness. It's okay. My saying is, you don't have to be cocky but arrogant. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could be cocky and be like, look, I know I'm him.
Right.
If
Absolutely.
you him, you him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's okay to understand that you are him. The next one is mindset of money. Do you need both?
No, you don't need both. You just need the right mindset.
Okay.
Because the right mindset can get you the rooms to make the most money.
That's good.
Right, and some people with money don't have the mindset. That's why they get the money, they lose the money, they'll spend it on things that they don't need to spend it on. But you got the right mindset, put yourself around the right people. Oh, it's gonna get you as much money as you need.
All right. So the next one is hunger or humbleness.
Both.
I know.
Both. Yeah, you definitely gonna need both because you got to be that dog.
You gotta be.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming from where I come from, or like come from a very impoverished community. People don't really go get their masters. People don't become fathers, and if they do become fathers, they're not present fathers.
Wow.
People don't really become husbands, and if they do become husbands, they're not really active like they're supposed to. They're not leading like they're supposed to. So you got to have that dog in you, and in the process of also having that dog, you do got to be humble and know that I'm here because of God, right? I have what I have because of God. I'm blessed with things I'm blessed with because of God. So if you humble yourself, but also know that you still got that dog and keep that dog in you, oh yeah, you'll be good to go.
And I think people need to understand like the whole concept of that. So let me ask you a question. If you could go back and talk to your 13-year-old self,
right?
What do you go tell him so that today your life look different?
I tell him, listen, man, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Listen, you haven't got it all figured out yet, right? My 13-year-old self, man, I was the man.
Oh, come on.
Right, every school I stepped into, all the ladies loved me.
Come on.
Right, all the teachers loved me.
Come on.
Right, I didn't get in trouble because I had a way with all my teachers. Right, I could maneuver around a whole bunch of different things. And because I just felt like I was untouchable.
Ooh.
Right, I'll maybe tell myself to humble myself. Maybe tell myself, okay, calm it down. Start hanging around the right people because around that time I wasn't hanging around the right people. Right, you know what I'm saying? I had friends. I was in a gang. Right, so I started picking up on that verbiage.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I had friends that that were getting in trouble. Now I knew I couldn't get in trouble because those consequences.
You already know.
But if I had to go back and tell them, like, listen, just realize that you don't got to have it all figured out.
Okay.
Get yourself around the right people, and also humble yourself a little bit.
Yeah. So, principle or personality? Do you need both to be successful? Do you need certain principles or do you need personality? Can you just have one?
Both. You need both. Right? Because life has to be based around your principles.
That's
right?
true.
If you have no principles, then you may not reach success. And then with personality is going to get you in a room. Right? For instance, I may not have had the grades that I wanted to have, but if you put me in front of the student council, my personality is going to win you over.
I love it.
Right?
I love it.
So you definitely need both.
And I think a lot of times I tell people, because it's people. I went to a networking event maybe about a week and a half ago. There was people in the room. I brought my podcast equipment. It was a real estate networking event, and people are scared to get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And I said, bro, sis, whatever. You have to go do it. You have to do that thing that feels uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
All right? What feels comfortable, usually you're not going to have no success.
Yep.
You have to be uncomfortable to be successful.
You got to do what's going to cause you to stretch. So for me, the first year of me creating content was all tweets.
Okay.
It was all tweets. And it was like, Rex, man, your people need to see your face.
They need to see your face.
And then I was like, I don't have a voice yet. I don't feel like I have a voice yet. And then when it came to being in front of the camera, I completely shut down.
Dang.
Not completely shut down. Like if you take high school me or early college me and put me in this space, I freeze. When I freeze. So I got to the point where I bought me a tripod.
Okay.
And I just started pressing record. Just start pressing record and I start talking. What's going on, guys? Your boy Rex Howard Jr., relationship and sex coach. Repeated it over and over and over and over. So then I get in settings like this and I feel more comfortable.
I got you.
Because you get a chance to go back, delete, record, edit, crop. You can do all those different things, but if you don't put yourself out there and look at yourself while you're recording or turn the camera around or have somebody to record you, you'll never get good at it.
So how do you work through your fears, though? I think people need to know that. How did you work through those fears? Because somebody going to watch this, I'm at where he said he was at.
Right.
So how do you work through your fears?
Then you got to lean in. You got to get tired of being where you are. Right. If my fear was make it to the next level, my fear was being in different rooms. My fear was just not having enough money.
I got you.
You got to get tired of being where you are. And I got tired of being where I was. Like my fear was being stuck in Knoxville, so I left. My fear was being a nobody or not making it and becoming homeless in Houston. So I had to keep grinding. Right, every single day I'm adamant about making something happen. I'm being productive. I'm being effective. I'm reading my Bible. I'm having my faith.
Come on.
Right, because as long as you got faith, well, God will put you in rooms you never thought you could be in. So you got to lean into that fear, right? Just like if you wanted to, what is it called when you jump out the airplane?
Oh, skydive.
Skydive, right? If you don't have that person behind you, that instructor that's going to push you out there, that fear going to stop you from jumping.
You ain't going to do it.
Right? So sometimes it takes an extra push. Sometimes it involves being around the right environment, being around the right people, but at the same time, it's having that faith.
I tell people all the time, do you believe in vision boards?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm about to hit you with something. I don't know if you know about this.
Okay.
Do you have a vision board?
Yeah.
Do you have vision environment?
No.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. A vision board is things that you see.
Right.
That you want. Lamborghini, houses, marriage, whatever.
Right.
The vision environment is another board that's next to it. It's you in the center, and it's 5 people you want to stay connected to help you push to your vision board.
I like that. I like that. See, when I thought about that vision environment, I think about it like this. So, I live in the Woodlands, right?
Yes.
A lot of money in the Woodlands.
A lot of it.
So what I do is I spend time, especially on the weekends, or I'll just drive and get lost. But I'll get lost in these neighborhoods.
Come on.
Right? And I'm like, man, this is the environment I want to live in.
I love it.
Right? I see these neighborhoods with the golf course in the backyard. This is the environment I want to be in. The neighborhoods with the Whole Foods on the corner. This is the environment I want to be in.
Come on.
The neighborhoods with the pool and the playground and it's safe. Right?
Talk about it.
You don't got to have gates because, it's safe. You got the community police that's going around. It's that environment. Right? Or, for instance, being around successful black people.
Yes.
That's that environment.
Yes.
And because they walk different, they talk different, their confidence is
the
different.
The
lingo is different, right? The way they treat their wives are different, right? The way they show up for themselves is different. So when you say vision environment, that's exactly what I thought about. But I like that idea.
Yeah. So I like to talk about that because I tell people all the time, like, man, you're only as good around the 5 people you associate yourself with.
Absolutely.
So we all have to. I said, imagine that guy say, okay, Rex, every 15 minutes you must plug into to get your source. So you have to be careful. The person calling your phone, should I plug into that? Because they might not be talking about what I'm talking about. My cousin, he want me to come to his house. I don't know if I should go. So imagine, in order for you to live, you got to stay plugged in.
Right.
Every day, every 15 minutes is something that's giving you your power back.
Right.
That's why I tell people, be very careful.
About the people that's in your environment.
People that's in your environment.
But if I had to do that, I'd be good.
Okay.
You feel me? If I had to, I'd be good because the people I have in my life, my guys that I talk to on a consistent basis, we're always talking about growth.
Yes.
Right? And of course, we can talk about failures, but we're not focused on the failures. We're focused on the learning or the examples that came from the failures, but we're focused on moving forward. If I had to plug into my lady every day, I'd be great. Right? Because she's consistently pouring into me.
Come on.
Right? She's consistently sending me verses or sending me scriptures or she's sending me videos of her pastor speaking. And she's like, I think this would be good for you. Or she's challenging me in the most productive way.
I love it too.
So if I had to stay plugged in with her and the people that was around me, I'll be good. And plus, I'm plugged in with the podcast on a day-to-day basis.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. You got a podcast?
So me and my guy, Miles the Millennial, he's actually a Houstonian as well.
Okay.
We had a podcast called Let's Talk Like Men. We did 8 episodes where we talked about finances, money, relationships.
What side of town he live on?
He lives down South Houston,
okay.
Pearland.
Okay.
Yeah. Great guy. Shout out to my boy, Miles Millennial, man. Good guy.
Okay, yeah. So y'all gonna start it back?
We had talks of it, but life just getting busy.
It do.
But that's the thing, though. That's why connection is everything. We didn't have a space like this. We was in his room. Although we had a good camera, we had a good setup, we had a good mic, we was in his room. But having access to spaces like this, networking, it just takes things to the next level.
And like I tell people all the time, what the people who rent this room out, they love is 72 hours, they get the videos, the audio, everything back with the thumbnail.
You can't beat that.
And you get four 1-hour episodes for $275.
And you can't beat that. Like when me and him used to make our videos, I used to chop them on my phone, look for the reels. I used to spend all that time. I used to hate it. Now I'll pay for convenience.
Yeah. And that's the mindset. So there's a thing I call acronyms. I'm gonna tell you an acronym. You tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
First acronym is DNA. The D stands for you are designed. The N is to notice, and the A is your assignment. So let's talk about it.
I think that's absolutely amazing because you know your assignment, you can execute.
Ooh.
That's just like knowing your purpose.
Yes.
Right? That's just like knowing your gift. God gave us all gifts, right? And I feel like my gift is to pour into people. My gift is to service people to whatever capacity he wants me to serve it to.
Yes.
And because I know my assignment, I don't feel like I'm working, right? I tell my lady all the time, like just the other day I had 7 sessions in one day, 7 1-hour sessions.
Getting it.
And she would just like, what that feel like for you? I said, it feel like nothing. Because I'm not using my body. I'm just using my mind. I'm having conversations. I'm able to lay down on the couch and talk to these people. And I'm not using much energy.
Come on.
And I can do this every single day.
Man, you like me though. That's why I tell people all the time. I ain't working. I'm just posting, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just every day. I just get up. Hey, I thought about this. Let me post this. You know, the next word is. You ever heard the acronym WHY?
Why? No. Break it down for me.
What's hurting you? Because what's hurting you is what fuels you. Let's talk about it.
Is it what's hurting you is either what's going to fuse you or it's going to keep you stuck.
Ooh, come on.
Right?
Come on.
And that's the biggest thing. That's why I talk about, I harp on dealing with your childhood trauma, right? Dealing with that ex that broke you.
Come on.
Right? Dealing with that job that confused you. Dealing with those beliefs that you have, those negative beliefs that's holding you back.
Come on.
That's hurting you. So if you can address that and you can deal with that and learn how to cope through it and learn how to push forward, then you can get to the other side.
I love it. The next one is poor.
Ooh,
Passing over opportunity repeatedly.
Oh my goodness.
Talk
Passing
about
over opportunity repeatedly. Passing over opportunities.
Repeatedly.
Goodness. You want to be stuck.
Poor mindset.
Yeah, poor mindset. You poor mindset, poor natural blessings. Like you want to be stuck.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So I try to shift people's minds like, man, hope. Help other people excel.
Listen, Inky Johnson said this. He said, somebody said to him, the more you make sure somebody else's life is okay, the more your life is going to be okay. Right? You pour into other people, you bless God's people, he's going to make sure you blessed. So I like that.
You know what's crazy? And I got some more, but I tell people this all the time, die empty.
Yeah, empty the bucket.
Don't die full.
Right.
Too many great ideas at the gravesite.
Absolutely.
So you on your deathbed, God showed me this vision a long time ago. He said, you on your deathbed, there's going to be angels surrounding you. Some going to be like, man, you did good. You used me. Right. Some going to be like,
you didn't even
I'm mad because you didn't use me and I got to die with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to die empty.
Absolutely.
Every time, like just the other day, my wife said, you know what? I grew a charter. My wife said, you need to make that a podcast mini course. I was like, cool, I'm working on that right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, just like every ideal, everything, this is my first book. I got 2 more I'm about to drop.
I love it. Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. So you know what's crazy about that? I like that because when you die empty, right, you like, for instance, you thought about that podcast course because God put it in your heart.
Yes.
Right? And that's a commandment.
Yes.
You follow his commandments, he's going to let you see it through.
Yes.
If he starts something in you, he's going to finish it.
Man.
Right? So you thought about that book. I'm working on my first book. Well, first couple books. The first one is Starting from Scratch, The Intentional Guide to Dating. Right? You feel me?
Yes.
So it's for those individuals that you've been in relationships and you haven't really reached success and you want to know why. Right?
I like that.
Or you've been in relationships and you're the reason why they're not working. Right? Or you're currently in a relationship and you just need the extra push to keep going. So that's Starting from Scratch. And then the other one is 40 intentional prayers for your partner.
I love it.
Right. So of course, what's a positive relationship, healthy relationship without God at the foundation of it?
Come on.
Right. And then the very last one, well, not the last one, but the third concept is unbecoming the dysfunctional kid.
Ooh,
right.
I love it.
And that's that journey of not having the money talk, the journey of not having the birds and the bees talk.
Of course.
And having to learn on my own. The journey of not knowing how to navigate through life. The journey of not knowing how to cope and having to figure life out. So, man, that's right there. God put it on my heart. He gave me the chapters.
And you trying to release.
You got to.
And that's and I'm working on my next book is it's called Little Adventures of Ink. It's about an 11-year-old black kid.
I like that.
He grows up in the hood and he's pressing and trying to motivate everybody to be something that they need to be. Then the next one after that is I'm working on right now is 78 Principles of Building Your Brand as a Teenager.
78 Principles of Building Your Brand as a Teenager. That's beautiful.
So it's just it has a word. It has what the word mean. Then it talks about building that brand with a character on the side, then they can write in there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to really, I want to bring them to the different levels of because I want the kid to read the book, then he turned to a teenager, then he go into this book, and then my last one is 12 Principles How I Made $1 million in 1 year with my own brand.
I like that.
My own brand. But you need multiple streams of income. Okay. You know what I'm saying? When you got one income, too close to zero. So you gotta make sure. So the next acronym is money.
Money. What you got for me?
Momentarily owned, not externally yours.
That's facts. You can't take it with you.
You can't.
You can't take it with you.
Nah.
Right. So it's like you said, it's momentarily. Right. You can't take it with you. You can't use it forever. And then bills got to get paid.
Gotta get paid.
Bills got to get paid.
I'm gonna hop back to the word. So, desire, or it's another word I got with that word. I go back to that word. Okay. All right. So, the next acronym is fear. You heard of fear?
No.
False evidence appearing real, or fail early and responsibly. What's your thoughts?
Failing early and responsibly. I like that because the more you fail early, the closer you're to success.
The more you can learn.
The more you can learn, absolutely.
And I think people don't want to embrace the failures.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay to fail. So in counseling, one thing I do is I say, so how did you fail today? And they're like, what do you mean? Because everybody has this fear of failure. Yeah. Right? I got to be perfect. I can't not pass this test. I have to make sure I'm showing up at work. I got to make sure I pay my bills. What happens if you don't? Right? Because if you don't know how to fail, when you actually do fail, it's gonna hit you hard. Come on. And you may not be able to come up from it.
You know what? I tell people, it's like, man, you job free? I'm like, yeah, I've been job free going on 4 years. I said, man, the only way I became job free is I had to believe in myself.
Absolutely.
So in the word believe, there's a 3-letter word in the middle.
Lie. Yeah.
So you have to get delusional.
Okay.
So you have to already see yourself before you get there.
Absolutely.
All right. The problem is people trying to wait to get there to see themselves.
Absolutely.
It's not working out like that. It's crazy because I'm like, bro, but you already see it. So I knew when I walked away from the railroad, they was like, bro, you sure?
Right.
I'm sure.
Right.
I'm jumping out with no parachute and believing in God that He gonna send some angels to come get me.
Absolutely. And sometimes it may even take somebody else to believe for you before you can believe in yourself.
That's true.
Right? Because I've had so many people look at me and say, man, you're going to be great. Man, you're blessed. Man, you're anointed. And, it got to a point where I'll laugh and it make me feel good, but I didn't believe it. But no, like now I believe, God put something in me that the world needs. Right? And I'm going to make sure I fulfill it until my days are over. And
you know something? God showed me this. He said, Lloyd, do you know if you don't live your purpose, other people can't live their purpose because they need you to live that. They need you to push. I'm like, he said, I have people assigned to you. Yep. So your only competition is the person you're looking in the mirror.
Absolutely.
They are assigned to you. Right. So the people that you touch, Rex can't touch. Yep. The people that Rex touch, you can't touch. Right. I have people aligned for you. Absolutely. So get lined up with the vision and go get it.
Get lined up until sometimes it takes for you to become who you're supposed to be for somebody else to believe they can become who they're supposed to be. Right? Because speaking for the kids in Lonsdale, back in Knoxville, Tennessee, right? Seeing me in Houston, seeing me on social media, right? Seeing me become successful, seeing me to live the way I live, is inspirational, right? And sometimes they're like, he made it out, I can too. Yes. Right? We got NFL players that came from Lonsdale, they made it out, I can too. Yes. So if I hold off on my blessing, if I pour out my blessing, right, I may be stalling them. Right? If I don't post my video, somebody may commit suicide. Come on. Right? Somebody may need something that I'm saying to help them push in the relationship. Right? I got some fathers that say, Rex, I know you don't have any kids, but the message that you put out helped me become a better father. Come on. And that's coming from a 28-year-old, and these guys are older. So it's just like I gotta be aligned to my purpose. I gotta pour into it, and I gotta continue showing up and do what God wants me to do because somebody else may need it.
So let's talk a little bit about the creative side because I like your videos. They different. They different. So what make you like how do you get in that creative mode? Do you wake up and say, "Oh, I want to talk about this today," or I'm a batch recorder, so let me tell you, I'll be like, man, there's 10 things I want to talk about, but I ain't gonna talk about till Friday, and then now this might be on Monday, Tuesday. Okay, it's 5 more things. Right. All right. Friday, I might got 20 things. Right. And I'm about to spend the next hour going in. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what's your creative process?
Man, so honestly, God put it in my heart.
Okay.
Right? So typically what happens, I'm driving, I may listen to a podcast, somebody may say a specific word, that word may trigger a thought, and that thought may trigger my creativity. Okay. Right, so I write it down in my notes. And
you do that. I write in my notes quick.
Man, quick. So I got a folder. Okay. So I write it down in my notes. I set my phone up and I say, oh, this is the topic I'm going to talk about. And typically what I like to do is I like to set my phone up for at least 10 minutes of straight recording. Okay. Right, and I'll talk, I'll fail, and sometimes I'll sit like, man, I can't get this right. And then I'll just continue talking, and then I go back and look at it and be like, okay, that's 10 videos right there. That's 10 videos right there. So, man, God put it in my heart. That triggers a thought. That thought triggers creativity, and I write it down, and then it's all about execution.
And execution. Yeah. This is what I realized. I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm learning every day about people because I work with a lot of different people of all ages. And I'm like, people don't know how to execute. No. They know they know how to store it, but they don't know how to implement and execute. Right. They don't know how to put the pieces to the puzzle together. Right. And so when they get here, they like, dang, bro, I'm really like, helping people with their vision, because a lot of times people need guidance, bro. Yep. And it's a lot of people that need you. They need to see your voice. They need to know, oh, I'm following Rex. Hey, where I'm at. And wherever it's no different than, and I hate to say it, it's no different people being bandwagon riders. Yeah. This is what they do. Like, all of a sudden, nobody like Colorado. Now they're like, man, Colorado.
Because they execute.
Yes.
Absolutely. So the biggest thing is this, and I talk to a lot of my coaching clients and even counseling clients. I ask them this. I was like, what's the goal, right? They'll say, well, the goal is this. Okay, cool. What will it cost you if you don't make it happen? Right? How will it affect your kids? How will it affect your partner? How will it affect your finances? How will it affect your goals? What's the cost of your lack of execution? Right? So, and they get to think like, I've never thought about that. Well, I need you to think about it. Right? And if the cost isn't big enough, it's not going to cause you to stretch.
It's not.
Right? If you're not making enough money, it's just saying, okay, that means I can't do Longhorn Steakhouse. I got to do Wendy's. That ain't going to cost you nothing.
That ain't going to cost you nothing.
But if you're not showing up for yourself, means that your wife can't have the life that she wants. Means that you can't buy her the ring that she wants. Mean that y'all can't take the vacations that y'all want.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you can't show her off in front of your friends like you want to.
Come on.
Then that cost is big. And I'm not willing to pay that cost. So I'm going to execute.
It's a lot of people. I tell people, man, you got to be willing to sacrifice, because sacrifice is the key. So you have a time song about this big. You're on your way out. You only could put 3 physical things in there. We're going to bury it when you die and pull it out the ground 1,000 years from now. What are those 3 things you want to leave in this time capsule?
I got a time capsule and I can only put 3 things in there.
3.
Man. I'm going to put a picture of my family.
Okay, I got you. Right. That book better go in there. Some notes.
I'm going to put a picture of my family.
I got you.
Right. I'll probably take I'll put a flash drive of all my hard work. And
okay, I love it.
And then I got to have something in there for my lady. Right. To remember her by if it's gonna be 1,000 years, right?
So the reason why I ask that question is I tell people every day we wake up, we're expiring.
Right.
All right. I mean that we're dying every day we wake up.
Absolutely.
So we have to be. I tell people, if you had $86,400 every day,
yeah,
and you can and you have to spend it every day, you can't go back tomorrow to re-spend it.
Yeah.
What would you do with that money? You know what I'm saying? You can't. I mean, what would you do? Again, the thing is, because we got 86,400 seconds a day.
Right. Absolutely.
So what are we doing with our time? Who are we connected to? Who are we speaking to? How are you speaking to yourself, positively or negative?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a believer in affirmations.
Absolutely.
I'm really believing in affirmations, and the affirmations tied in with the vision board and the vision environment. Put all 3 of them together and go do some work, your life will look different.
No, absolutely. And I have an affirmation too. So my affirmation is God put something in me that the world needs. And he's going to continue to intervene until it's fully executed. And the only person that can block that is me. Right? So every day I'm committed to showing up for myself.
Man, so give us 3 quotes you live by. What 3 quotes? You got any?
Man, so one I came up with was your capacity to show for others is determined by your ability to show for yourself first.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
I like that.
If you're not doing it for you, can't do it for somebody else. Right? So that's a huge one. E.T. said execution is worship. Knowledge is power.
I love it.
Right? So that I would say those are probably my main 2.
I like that, because mine is life without purpose has no meaning.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not living a purpose-driven life, your life is meaningless.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm not saying people say, oh, what you saying? I don't want people to get offended, because people get offended easy these days. Hurt. I'm just saying, like, execute and do something that you desire to do. All right, so this is the part of the episode I'm going to throw the alley hoop to you.
Okay.
Is there any questions you want to ask me?
Man, okay, the question is, when did you know you was going to become this person?
1999. That's how old I am. See, I don't look that old. I'm 43.
Oh, wow. Okay, you said 1999?
1999.
Okay, so tell me, what's the significance of that year?
I was 19 years old.
Okay.
I was 19, and man, God showed me a vision, bro. He showed me a vision on Why Now Is Your Time.
Okay.
And the crazy part is, this is how life works. The book didn't come out to 2022. All right? Because I let a lot of jobs, situations. I'm giving myself all these excuses. Yeah, I got time. You know what I'm saying? And to God's like,
Right.
So my mom passing away in 2010 from cancer. That's a picture of her right here. She passed away with cancer at the age of 50. And it's like, man, that's when stuff started hitting like, hold on, man. We don't know how long we're going to be here.
Absolutely.
Stop wasting time.
Absolutely.
And so, and then right now, I'm like, this is what I tell people. It's sometimes once you get on the right track,
it's over with.
Stuff started coming. It started coming. Absolutely. So like ideals, this and that, to write the first book, that gave me the confidence to write more.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you got to really believe, bro. And I tell people, isolation brings elevation. Because when I was isolated, my first year being an entrepreneur, I didn't really come outside much. I was just studying, building my brand, doing this. I already knew, but I needed to be isolated.
Right.
For two reasons.
Okay.
Number one, so I can hear God.
Right. Absolutely.
And number two, for no distractions.
Absolutely.
But my wife used to say, I'm the only person you interact with. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I'm so locked in to trying to feel God's purpose. And that's why 2023 I can do 100 episodes, because you have to get in position and understand your purpose, and then it's easy when I reach out to people. I'm like, oh, you got a podcast, you got this, boom, and before you know, they go, oh, let me go check you out. Yeah. Oh, boom, let me see, all right, whoo. So then people get to know who you are, though. So what was when you watched some of the podcasts?
Yeah. So the very video you sent me.
Yes.
I checked it out. Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Man, I was like, okay, this guy got high energy. He not looking at no notes. So you know what I'm saying? He do this. He do this. And he got purpose.
Yes.
You got purpose. You got passion. And I peeped that. I was like, the purpose and the passion, energy that you had. I was like, oh yeah, he next level.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I try to tell people, it's like, just especially when I'm like, I have a couple podcasters that come here. They young. They like 23, 25. They different ages, but I was like, man, if I had y'all,
right,
I would be so successful. So some of them helping them build their brand, I'm helping them do their digital products. Okay. So, but I said, man, I ain't have nobody.
Right.
Back in '99, boy, everybody working.
No.
You barely just seeing like maybe 10 years ago where people just start seeing Best Fest and all this stuff. This stuff is really new.
No, it is. And if you would have told somebody back then that you was gonna be recording videos, they're like, man, if you don't get to work.
So now they see like, okay, oh, that's what you're doing. And then when you really show people your systems and your processes, they like, whoa, so you telling me you can make $100,000 a month and you don't really have to do nothing but press a couple plays?
Exactly.
And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? This is part one of the vision God gave me and my wife. Next year, we'll be moving to a 10,000 square foot building.
Absolutely.
We building from scratch.
Blessings.
So 5 podcast rooms, because I'm building a podcast network. 5 podcast rooms, also 5 photographer rooms, 2 state-of-the-art classrooms.
Next level.
I want to, and it's going to be called the adult playground for content creators.
I like it. I like it. Look, God give you something. He gonna make sure you bless it.
Yes,
He gonna bless it. He gonna give, and you gonna get way more than what he expected.
And I tell people all the time, you see my glory, but you don't know my story.
Yep.
But I give my story to the glory of God.
Absolutely.
And then He put His sauce on it. You know what I'm saying?
And make it do what it don't do.
So, another question you want to ask me?
Man, where you headed? Outside of the podcast studio, when do you think you'll stop?
When the time.
When the time run out?
You know why? Because entrepreneurship can go on forever.
Absolutely.
There's going to be another group wave of people looking for me.
Right.
Every day I help more people. I critique. Like, oh, this guy's he's a speaker. I had a guy yesterday contact me. He's a real estate agent. He want me to help build a brand, help him build his first digital course. So like the more people I meet, you know what I'm saying, the more people I see, I just dialing in and say, oh, I help this kind of guy. I help this kind of guy. I'm big on take your hand off your business. I'm gonna repeat. Yeah. Take your hand off your business. Yeah. Do you rather tell 1,000 people your story 1,000 times, or do you want to tell your story one time to 1,000 people?
Man, one time to 1,000 people.
Only way to do that is Hey, what's up? Welcome to this website. I'm glad you're here, man.
Absolutely.
Feel free to look around, man. Listen, I got podcasts. I got you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, click, offer, boom, boom. Sales page, boom, boom. Go to the back office, boom. Watch videos, download, boom. Me hit them up. How's it going? Da-da-da, boom, great. Da-da-da, boom. Got any questions? Let me know.
Yeah.
My hands off the business.
Easy. Going to sleep, making money.
Bro, that's the mindset. And I think a lot of people don't really see it. They see it, but they don't really know how to execute it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when I go to people's website, I'll be like, let me see your website.
Yeah.
I want to see.
But that's the thing, and that's how I know, like, this was God aligned, because now I know we need to work.
Yes.
Because that's the next level for me. Right? It's building the right systems.
Yes.
It's having the right funnels.
Yes.
It's having a direct contact versus just being on my Calendly or being on my social media. I need that.
Yes.
Right. And so I know this is God aligned.
And I just want to, like I said, I love to pour into people, man. Like, man, I remember when I started my first business at 19. I started a video game company.
Oh, wow.
And, man, I ain't know nothing. And nobody was helping me. Nobody else knew nothing. So we all was just tough. You know what I'm saying? And so today, for me to be where I'm at, man, I mean, I just try to tell people, like, man, I'm just trying to be an inspiration to people, bro. Just to help people, the next generation, and, you know, to let my blessing pour into others. Because I'm going to use this scenario. Say we got a glass right here.
Right.
The glass represents your body.
Right.
We're going to get some water. The water represents the positive energy.
Right.
We're going to take a dime, drop the dime in there. The dime goes down. That's the vision God gave you.
Yeah.
Teaspoon of Coke. Man, I don't know if you're going to make it. Man, you know what? It sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The teaspoon of Coke, it drops in there. Your visions become cloudy.
Yep.
This is why I tell people, sometimes you might have to cut family members off.
Absolutely.
So you can go to the place where God has you to go.
Absolutely.
Because some of my family now are business people that I meet that I already met. So it's just what it is. So, I mean, man, just stay focused and locked in, bro.
Absolutely.
Man, you can do it, bro. I'm telling you, I just want to, man, just empower you. Anything else you want to ask me?
Man,
Because I like to leave the floor open. I don't want to ask all the questions. I mean, I'm going to ask you this, you know what I'm saying?
I know you're totally fine. So because you are executing this with your wife, I want to know, what's your top secrets to stay on top and like be a leader and the leader?
The 1-1-1 rule for me and my wife. We take one trip out the country every year for 7 days. Okay. We spend one night alone with each other every night. And we take one day night a week.
I like that.
So it's the 1-1-1 rule.
That's amazing.
So we do that and we build that, and then guys always ask us, "So you work with your wife every day? You ain't got to go home with her?" I'm like, yes,
absolutely, because
that's my dog, that's my best friend, that's my partner, man. Yeah. We go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a little handshake. That's my person, bro. When you find your person, promise you, and then you honor God and you living upright.
Absolutely. Your
blessings come easy. That's why I try to tell people, if you live upright and give God the glory, He'll tell your story for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm a man of God. I love my wife more than anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, man, just God say love your wife like He loved the church.
Absolutely.
If you can do that part, don't cheat on your wife. Don't be trying to fornicate. Just lock in. Because at the end of the day, as you get older, you realize, like, man, all that crazy stuff I was doing when I was young was dumb.
It was dumb. It was pointless. it was drawing me away from my purpose.
It was
what God say, who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. Right? He said, treat your wife like you treat your body. No man was going to disrespect his body, so why disrespect your wife? Right? You make sure she has everything she needs to fully flourish. Yes. So absolutely, that's a major blessing. The 1-1-1, I like that.
The 1-1-1 rule, man. I try to tell people, do it. You know, if you're not living with your girl every night, y'all should be talking on the phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all should take we would like to go places like the Missing Hotel. in Austin. Okay. And so it's in the woods. Okay. But your phone don't work with you, and it's like exclusive. It's just you and them.
And you locked in. And one thing I like to tell people all the time, and one thing I like to remind myself of, is when it comes to your partner, a radical curiosity is what you need.
Yes.
Right. Not only surface level, how was your day, but ask more deeper questions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What parts of your day, how could I make your day better?
Yes.
Like, what did you need from me, or what did you need from your job, or what do you need from the kids, or what, like, just radical curiosity is one thing that's going to help you take a relationship to the next level, because now your partner's going to feel heard.
Yes.
They're going to feel like you care about them. They feel like you're attuned to what they want, and like you're just locked in with them. So radical curiosity.
I love that, man. All right, so last question, man. You can tell that 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old, he like, I want to be an entrepreneur. Man, speak to them and look into that camera and tell them, like, why it's important, what should they do, like, give them something good.
All right, 18, 19-year-old, you want to be an entrepreneur, man, stay focused. Right? Self-discipline, self-control, and emotional intelligence is going to be everything, right? So make sure you're around the right guys, you have the right mentors. Make sure you're locked in church. And if you're not a big fan of going to church, make sure you have a mentor that's spiritually led by God so he can direct you in the right direction. Make sure when it comes to women, you're not so focused on chasing the cat.
Come on.
Right? You're not so focused on chasing pleasure. You're not so focused on chasing a nut, because that right there can cause a whole bunch of different problems.
Come on.
So make sure if you are going to have a partner in your life, make sure that partner is in alignment with what you want for yourself. And then also just make sure you are always attaining new knowledge, right? If it's somewhere that you want to go, a place that you've never been before, make sure you're reading on that topic. Make sure you're watching videos on that topic. Really dive 100% into that topic so you can become a master at that thing. So if you want to become a podcaster, you want to be an author, you want to be a therapist, read on all the information that you can read. Research all the people that you can research, get connected with the right people, and I promise you, stay connected and pray, have faith and believe that God is going to direct you exactly where you want to go. Man, everything is going to work out for you.
Man. Oh, what you got coming up, though? They need to know, because this video going to post next week. It's about a Wednesday. Absolutely.
So, man, what's coming up? I have a 6-week coaching program for men that's trying to identify their purpose, that's trying to build their self-discipline, that's trying to show for themselves and show for their partners. If you had issues with boundary setting, if you had issues with saying no, if you had issues with sexual promiscuity, and you want to learn how to not dive into that or not feed into your flesh and feed into your temptations, then this group is definitely for you. It starts September 25th. At this rate right now, it's $297 for the 6 weeks, mind you, and that's going to be the best deal I promise you'll find. So that's what's coming up.
Man, listen, man. He dropped so many gems, man. Listen, I always tell people, keep watching me like you watch TV.
Absolutely.
You're going to watch your mindset change and your bank account have no choice but to change, man.
Absolutely.
Man, we see you guys in the next video. Peace.